Hello, hello. I'm Teacher Oakley, and welcome to Verbling. In today's class, we are going to continue our series looking at sentence types, the 4 main sentence types. Day before yesterday, at this time here on Verbling, we looked at simple sentences. Yesterday, combining 2 simple sentences or independent clauses to form compound sentences. Today, we will move on to complex sentences using subordinating conjunctions. Tomorrow, tune in because we're going to combine those two compound complex sentences. Okay, today's mission, should we choose to accept it, complex sentences. All right, well, where is everybody today? Okay, I don't know. Where are you guys? What is a complex sentence? Well, let me explain and show you at the same time. Okay, if you'd like to join the class, I will show you what a complex sentence is, and then I will be asking you to form some of your own, a couple different styles of complex sentences so you can have a little practice. Okay, great. Here we go. Now we're in business. Hello, Alexei. Hello?
Do you hear me?
Now I do, yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Welcome to the class. Okay, we're going to be looking at complex sentences. All right, this is an actual sentence type which has an actual definition, and here it is, more or less. Okay, a complex sentence, what is it? It has an independent clause, which is AKA, also known as a simple sentence, which will be joined by one or more, that is key, dependent clauses. Okay. The key here, complex sentence will have one independent clause. All right, only one. An infinite number of dependent clauses are possible to form a complex sentence, but there is only one independent clause. If you have managed to form a sentence with 2 independent clauses, well, then that's a compound sentence. And if you add another dependent clause, that's a compound complex sentence, and that is tomorrow's lesson. Today, complex sentences. A complex sentence always has a subordinator. It has to, such as because, since, after, although, or when, and many others. There is a great multitude of possible subordinators, both one-word subordinators, like in our examples here, and what are called complex subordinators, that are basically phrases, 2, even 3 words, can be used as a unit, as a subordinator. Or it can have a relative pronoun, such as that, who, or which, obviously forming a relative clause, starting with a relative pronoun. Relative clauses, by definition, are dependent clauses. Not all dependent clauses are relative clauses. All relative clauses are dependent clauses. Okay. In the following sentences, I'm going to share with you as examples. The subjects are yellow, the verbs are green, the subordinators and their corresponding punctuation, their commas, when they are required, are in red. So let's take a look at some examples. Welcome to the class, Santiago. Hello.
Hello, Oakley. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay,
Thank
perfect.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm okay. Slightly scatterbrained. My powers of concentration are not that great. but
Okay.
I feel good. I guess that's important. All right, I'm okay. Thanks
Yeah.
for asking. Okay, let's get started looking at some examples. All right. Uh, okay, Alexi, can you read sentence number 1 here for me, please?
When he handed in his homework, he forgot to give the teacher the last page.
Excellent. Very good. Now, this is 2 clauses. Each clause, not to be confused with phrases. Each clause is going to have a subject and a verb. I think they do. The subjects are yellow, the verbs again are green. So, first clause, Alexi, is this a dependent or independent clause?
This is dependent clause.
It certainly is. You are most certainly correct. And the other clause, of course, must be, obviously, the independent clause. Sergey, could I reverse these clauses? In other words, can I say he forgot to give the teacher the last page when he handed in his homework? Is that possible?
I think it's possible.
I think I agree with you. Absolutely, of course it's possible. It's always possible to reverse when you have one dependent and one independent clause. Okay, there's other more complicated versions of complex sentences, but if you straightforwardly have one independent and one dependent clause, it's always possible to reverse them. The only difference is that if I have the independent clause first, he forgot to give the teacher the last page, and then it's followed with a dependent clause, I don't need a comma. In fact, I can't have a comma. Actually, it's a strong, strict grammatical rule. You can't have a comma, which is frankly a mistake that I occasionally make. So be aware of that. Okay. When, obviously, well, okay, quite similar. They're different. The next one's quite similar. The teacher returned the homework after she noticed the error. Okay, our subordinators here, again, in this example, the independent clause is first, so there's no comma necessary. The dependent clause comes second. Notice the subordinators here are all about time, when, after. Sure, there's a number of time subordinators. During, while, before. Okay, there's a whole bunch of them. All right, but there are other types of subordinators as well, like in our next example, to show cause and effect. Okay, we have other ones. Indeed, we have other ones that show comparison and contrast, like however. He liked bicycling, however, she did not enjoy it. Well, okay, contrast, different ideas. All right, here we have because. Okay, different type of subordinator, but the same exact thing going on. All right, last example. Notice a slight difference here. After they finished studying, Juan and Maria went to the movies. Okay, I have 2 subjects in my independent clause. That's no problem. An independent clause can have 2 subjects, 2 or more. An independent clause can have 2 or more verbs. That's not a problem. Okay, so that's okay, not a problem at all. Notice sentences 3, 4, and 5, as I described earlier. They're exactly the same sentences, but the dependent and independent clauses have been flip-flopped, traded. Not a problem. The only thing different is you got to have a comma when the dependent clause goes first. Okay, that's all pretty straightforward. So I say we try it out. Using these examples, let's try making our own complex sentences. Let's see if we have any problems. Santiago, I'm going to have you give it a try first.
Okay, let me think. I went to the cinema when I finished my homework.
Okay. Wow. I went to the cinema. Well, that seems like a perfectly good independent clause to me. Simple sentence, no problem. Okay. When is clearly a time subordinator, which introduces this other clause with a subject and a verb. Yep. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward and basic complex sentence. All right. You got it. Santiago?
Okay.
Perfect. No problems whatsoever. Okay. Vincenzo, welcome to the class. Hello, hello.
Can you hear me, teacher?
Now I can.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you as well. Okay, we're using these examples of complex sentences, just basically two clauses, one that starts with a subordinator and one independent clause forming a complex sentence. You want to give it a try? Vincenzo?
Yes, I'm just coming, teacher. Yes, I must take some seconds in order to make to clear my mind. Yes, after the yes,
Okay.
I don't know what do I have to do, teacher? A sentence with a principal clause and a subordinate.
That's it.
Okay. Well, when I woke up this morning, I went out for a walk with my work. No, oh no, it's not. It's impossible.
What? Why?
After, and I went out for a walk after having breakfast.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. This is interesting. But okay. Okay. There's something missing here, though. When I woke up this morning, all right, we got a subject, we got a verb, a phrasal verb, actually. That doesn't affect anything.
Afterwards.
Okay.
No. Afterward. And I woke up this morning. I went out for a walk, and afterward I had breakfast.
Okay. When I woke up this morning, I went out for a walk. Okay, and then
I have breakfast. I have.
Okay. Went out for a walk. Okay. Okay, then you're adding something and what? And then I had breakfast?
Yes, and then I have breakfast.
Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, let's see.
How can you interpret this, teacher? As a principal clause or simply principal sentence, or there is a subordinate?
I don't know. I have to analyze this, and my brain is barely working today. I have to tell you, I'm pretty much exhausted. So this is going to take me about the rest of the class to analyze this. Okay, clearly I have a subordinator here. That is beyond question. This is a subordinator. So this must introduce uh, the subordinator must introduce another independent clause. Without the subordinator, what you're looking at should equal an independent clause. I woke up this morning, which it does. Okay, terrific. Then I have introduced another subject and verb. The problem here is you've got to separate this with a comma. When I woke up this morning, comma, there. Now I've got this is definitely a dependent clause. When a dependent clause starts a sentence, always you must have a comma. Always. That kind of breaks up the next clause. Makes it a little easier to see.
Are there two subordinates? In this case, went out for a walk and had breakfast. Are two subordinates? Sentences.
Could very much looks that way. Mustafa, come on back. Okay, so this, I went out for a walk, is clearly, this would be my independent clause, right? It must be, or at least part of it. Okay, now we've got this extra dangling thing here. I went out for a walk, and okay, now, all right. Now, if he had just said and had breakfast without a new, okay, that would be something different, but he didn't. He insists on using and then. Okay. Now.
So the principal clause is when I woke up this morning. Is it so?
No. No, it can't be, because it starts with a subordinator. That's impossible. This must be the subordinate clause. This has to be, because it starts with a subordinator. That isn't beyond question. The only question is, are we adding a second independent clause, or are we adding a second subordinate clause? That is the question. It's very tricky. He's given us a very tricky example, which is going to take some explanation. The fact is, had you used one of the fanboys, okay, a different type of conjunction, these are the coordinating conjunctions. It's easy to get confused here, so stay with me. If you have these only, for example, got rid of then, and I had breakfast, all right, then this would be a totally different type of sentence. This would be a compound, complex sentence. But
aren't they, depending on the waking up of the first sentence, when I woke up, they are depending on the first sentence, when I woke up this morning. So they are subordinate, because they are impossible without the first sentence.
It does. They need to go together. You cannot. Vincenzo, it does not exist. It is simply impossible in English to start an independent clause with a subordinator. That's what makes it a subordinating clause. That is just zero possibility. You're fighting against the very definition of what it is. You keep insisting that this first clause is
yes,
the independent clause. That is like saying a verb is a noun. The very definition of this clause is it starts with a subordinator, thus must be by definition a subordinate or dependent clause.
When I woke up, you mean that I went out for a walk and I had breakfast?
You're getting way caught. I don't care about the volume. When I flew to the moon, when a bat entered my nose, you're getting way involved in what the actual words and the content is. Forget about the content. Okay. Okay. Look. When that's got to be a subordinating clause. Okay? Noun, verb, Okay, noun verb. Oh, that's got to be a.
Yes.
That's got to be an independent clause if it makes sense. That's, as
So,
long as it makes sense.
so in this way, it could be reversed, starting with I have a walk. I went out for a walk and I had breakfast when I woke up this morning. When I woke up. In this sense, the principle. Yes.
Yes, that is
Yes.
true. You could move this clause to the end of the sentence.
At the end of the sentence. Yes.
Yes, you could.
Yes, because they are
Very, very
the
true.
action are the two sentences. I went out
Yeah.
for a walk. I had breakfast. Yes.
Yeah, this is the main information here. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, anyway, I want to add that and then. It's very confusing when we have these fanboys for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Okay. It can be confusing when we use them because we may not know if we're using them as a subordinating clause or a coordinating conjunction or a subordinating conjunction.
Yeah.
Okay, but in your case, okay, there's a couple things I want to show you here. Just, all right, to review, this is what these are. These are special, okay? These are different. These are used for combining two simple sentences, aka two independent clauses.
Yeah.
These special conjunctions. All other conjunctions are subordinating conjunctions. Now, what is a little bit confusing about your choice is because you have and here, many people might think, oh, well, this is a coordinating conjunction. But you're using it to show time as a phrase. So actually, I do believe that this is what's called a complex subordinator because it's made up of 2 or 3 words. It's like a phrase. I believe what you have here is another subordinator, so you've created another, a second subordinating clause. So this is okay. You just have, again, going back to our original definition, it has one independent clause joined by one or more, any number of dependent clauses. Okay, so this is okay. I took way too much time, but I just wanted to explain about the coordinator conjunctions. Because, all right, okay.
Hi, teacher.
Think about it this way. Do you really even need then? Hello, Xingyu. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine. I come back from the river.
From the river?
I went swimming.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, welcome to the class. I'm glad you're refreshed. That's terrific
Can
news.
you show me the fun boy again?
Yeah.
Thank
Sure.
you.
There you go.
Hey,
Okay. Well, now you and Mustafa. Mustafa, hello, Mustafa.
Hello, teacher.
All right. It's your turn for you guys to try to make a complex sentence. Okay. So, Xingyu, are you ready? I'm not sure who's first, but whatever. Xingyu?
I'm here.
Okay. Would you like to form a complex sentence? Like in these examples, 2 clauses, one with a subordinator, like after, when, because, while, during.
Let me have a try.
Yep, shoot.
When I woke up.
Okay.
When I woke up, I began to learn English.
Okay. Right, you done? Okay, there's one small problem here. You got the right idea, but there's a small problem.
Yeah, when I woke up yesterday,
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
after yesterday, we need a comma.
Ah, okay. Yes, that's the point. The comma. That's what I was waiting for. That's right. Because your dependent clause go first, your subordinating clause first. Yep, you need to have a comma. If you reverse it, I began to learn English when I woke up yesterday. You don't need a comma. So, okay, there you go. Very good. Mustafa, your turn.
Okay, so I studied in my home for the exam. However, it was hard to concentrate because of the noise.
Okay.
But we need some punctual or connection or I don't know, like comma, this
Punctuation.
punctuation. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, where do you want to put some punctuation?
For the exam, after the exam.
Actually, no. Now I have to tell you, Mustafa, this is a mistake that I myself frequently make.
What you make? What do you make?
The mistake that you're about to make, putting a comma here, is actually
No,
wrong.
not comma, not comma. I didn't say comma.
Oh, you didn't. What did you
Yeah.
say?
It is not a comma. A comma, but above it like a point. I forgot what's the name of it.
A semicolon?
Semicolon? Yeah, semicolon. And after, however, comma.
After whatever? After what?
However, comma.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. Okay, but this is not a complex sentence. I see what you've done here. Very interesting. And actually, this is grammatically correct because he's introduced, all right, he wants to use this, however, as an adverb, which is fine. And then another independent clause. So the truth is, you have two independent clauses. This is not incorrect. What he's done here is correct grammar, but it is not a complex sentence because what this is a compound complex sentence. A compound complex sentence has two independent clauses. Very interesting because you didn't need to do that, but you chose to do that. That's okay. That's not wrong. It's incorrect. But it is not a complex sentence because, again, just complex sentence has an independent clause, as in one.
Oh, okay.
So in this sentence, there are two independent clauses?
There are. He's done something very interesting here, which you can do. We actually looked at this yesterday. In yesterday's class, we were looking at compound sentences. He's getting a little tricky, very high level sentence construction, actually. He has decided to use a semicolon to separate two independent clauses,
Yes.
which you can do. That's perfectly legal grammatically.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then he's using this as an adverb with a comma here. Okay, with the comma, because he has the comma, this is correct. You could have just as easily, and without really, I think, changing the meaning, he could have very easily just done away with that. And then he could have done this. However, it was hard to concentrate now, comma, because of the news.
Huh.
And,
So could we
and
say
now,
teacher? Yes.
And now, with this punctuation, just punctuation, changing the punctuation, that's it. Now I'm using however as a subordinator, not as an adverb, but as a subordinator. and now I have a complex sentence. Nifty.
Huh.
Okay? Just a
I
little
understand.
switcheroo with the old punctuation. Neat. What do you not understand, Vincenzo?
I understand. In this sentence, do we have an independent clause and a subordinate, or we have two independent clauses? Because I think that the independent clause is the principle, the main message that the author want to say. No, can we say also in this way? No, independent clause is the principal message, the important message that the author want to say to us, or not? What does he want to say to us? That he studied at home, and at the same time it was hard to concentrate. So I think it could be, it's not sufficient, or it's a depending clause, it's hard to concentrate, or it's a principal message. What is the principal message in this sentence?
You're getting a little caught up in things here. Hang on a second. Okay, all right, let's take one of the examples here. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. You're getting way caught up in what is more important. Let me see if I can show you what
The message.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
I know that's what you're talking about. Does this, okay, then I have a question for you then. Let's hang on. All right, wait a second. What the hell? Why? Really? Why? Why is this doing this to me? Crazy. Hang on a second. No highlighting. I don't want highlighting. Off with highlighting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Does it change the meaning at all? Never mind the highlighting. Don't pay attention. The teacher returned the homework after she noticed the error. Or if I give you a second sentence, she noticed the error. Okay. Before she returned the homework. Now, okay, you would definitely say here, this is your independent clause, right? The teacher returned the homework.
Yeah.
Definitely, and most certainly the second one is your subordinate.
The principal action. The principal action is the teacher returning the homework.
Okay. Now, okay, I've used before and after, which are basically alternating.
Mm.
They have opposite meanings. So okay. So I've totally just swapped out what the dependent and independent clause is. Agreed? Right?
Mm-hmm. She noticed the error. Yes, you are reversed.
Right. So, okay, the teacher returned the homework after she noticed the error. She noticed the error before she returned the homework. So, okay.
See, but what is important for you? That she noticed the error, or the teacher returned the homework?
Okay.
Which is the more important action? That the teacher returned the homework, I think, no?
Yeah, you know, I don't know if that's truly my concern. That is not. I don't know. The man who looks monkey is walked down the street. Okay, the man walked down the street. I guess that's the important part. Okay, I guess you have a point. but okay, you have a point about
It's a very important question, teacher. Very important question because it's about all speaking, all the speaking. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's an important point, but yet it isn't. It doesn't really affect sentence construction, the nuts and bolts. I don't know. You're asking me. Okay. I'm trying to show you how a car engine is built, and you're insisting on explaining to me how important it is, whether you're more concerned with the carburetor or the pistons. I don't care. I need the carburetor and the pistons. I don't really care about that. I see your point. Oh, okay. You would definitely probably try to make your independent clause the most essential information.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sure. If you wanted to, it is possible to write in English all simple sentences. You could, in theory. It would be horrible writing. It would be very boring. But you could, in theory, do that, where each point becomes, each is an independent clause, each is an important thing.
Yes, it's about the core of the message, teacher.
The core of the message. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, okay. Well, I'm totally lost now.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So going back to Mustafa's example.
Yes. Yes.
An interesting point here, by changing a little punctuation around, changing the function of however, and moving my punctuation, I can make a complex sentence a compound complex sentence. I can get rid of however and put a period and make this a new sentence. It was hard to concentrate because of the news. The possibilities are next to endless. You can pretty much make any sentence into any of the sentence form. Compound, complex, compound, whatever. Simple, whatever. Okay. All right.
Can I say a thing? Can I say a thing? Yes, about the sentence that you, the preceding sentence about, yes, it was hard to concentrate, no? Because I think the form of this sentence could be expressed in a way where the importance, in order to say it was hard to concentrate about my exam that I studied at home. That I studied. The principal sentence, it was hard to concentrate.
That's for you. Well, how do you? It's not your business to tell Mustafa what is the most important part.
Yes, but
he thinks the important part is that he studied it for the exam. It is up to the. Yes. It is up to the speaker or the writer to decide
yes.
Not the listener. Yes, or the reader.
It started with I studied my whole form of this. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
You're reverse engineering it. It's not up to the reader, or the listener to decide. That's not how English works.
Yes.
Okay, you could. It was hard to concentrate. Sure, you could. While I was studying.
While I was studying my at home.
Okay, while I was studying because of the news. All right.
Yes, I think this is a more linear, sentence. Yes.
Well, it's better for you because you personally think that this is more important information. Yes. But that's okay. I guess that's our point of contention. Mustafa thinks that it's important to express the idea he was studying, and you think it's more important to express the idea that it's
arrange this sentence this way. Yes.
So it doesn't matter. Okay, look. Let me give you another example, Vincenzo. You know how we have different types of uh, uh, if sentences. Oh God, my brain. Conditional sentences. All right.
Mhm.
A conditional sentence. I can use the real conditional. I have very strict rules as far as verb tense and construction. If I, the speaker, think it's going to be real. If it rains, I will stay home. Okay, it's a very real possibility it'll rain. Okay, if a meteorite hits my street, I will stay. If a meteorite hit, okay, past tense, my street, hit, it's okay. I would stay home. I think that's unlikely, so I use would, I use past tense. But you know what? It's up to the speaker. If the speaker thinks it's a realistic thing, the sentence is not wrong to use the first real conditional and say, okay, if Martians appear on my street kidnapping all my neighbors, I will get my ray gun. Maybe I'm nuts, and I think that is a very realistic possibility. It is up to me, the speaker, to make that choice. So the same is true for any kind of sentence construction. What you want to highlight, what you want to emphasize is up to the speaker. Doesn't make it any more or less grammatically valid. The reality has nothing to do with grammar.
Mhm.
Absolutely, not even remotely. And that's the problem we're having. You're thinking, well, it's more logical to do this, and this is more important. That has nothing to do with grammar. They're not even remotely related. You can say anything grammatically correctly that may be insane. Crazy people can have perfect grammar.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's my point. All right, let's move on. Complex sentences and adjective clauses. Okay, sentences which contain adjective clauses or dependent clauses are also complex sentences. Adjective clauses, what we're talking about, this is another way to express relative clauses before we get confused. Okay, here we go. These are called adjective clauses. They're also, you're going to recognize them. Some of you, hopefully, will also recognize these examples as containing relative clauses with relative pronouns, who, that, which, where, which are in red. Notice what happens when we make a complex sentence with a relative clause. The underlined part of the sentence is the independent clause. It is broken. Well, maybe not broken, but it's the dependent clause is inserted into the middle. Okay, and these are all pretty much the same. Okay. All right. The woman who called my mom. All right. This is the dependent part. Sells cosmetics. Pretty simple. Okay. So maybe we can try making one of these. Let me just take a look at a couple other quick things. Review, and then we'll come back and we'll try to make a complex sentence with an adjective clause, aka a relative clause. All right. All right. Review and maybe one or two other points. Okay, a complex sentence is a sentence that contains one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. That's it. Because life is complex, we need complex sentences. Okay. Pretty simple. Here's another example that is much more complicated. Because people know that I'm an English teacher, they make allowances for how I dress and what I say. Now look at this sentence. This sentence contains 4 dependent clauses. The independent clause is in blue. Okay. Okay. Notice that two of the dependent clauses are inside of and part of the independent clause. Do not be alarmed. Happens all the time, as what we were talking about, relative clauses. They make allowances. Is actually the independent clause. So, where are our 4 dependent clauses? Santiago? We've already said that the blue, is the dependent clause, and we have 4 dependent clauses. Where are they? What are they?
In this sentence.
Yeah, in this sentence, what are 4 independent clauses? 4, sorry, dependent clauses. 4 dependent clauses.
4 dependent clauses. Okay. I'm not really sure.
They are italicized, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything in it, and there's a double here, and it's underlined. So that I am an English teacher. That's one.
Okay.
Okay, and it's actually part of this one because people know.
No.
And we have how I dress, what I say. Those are the 4 dependent clauses. Very crazy. Very complicated. So we can stick them in anywhere. Okay, let's see. We've only got 10 minutes. Let's see if we can go back. I just want to show you how complicated it can be with these little adjective clauses. Okay, let's see if we can do a basic kind of relative clause. Santiago, why don't you try it first here?
Okay. For example, the boy who was playing near home was my cousin.
A boy? Or
The boy. The boy. The
Okay.
boy who was playing near home was my cousin.
The bot. I wrote the bot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just cracked myself up there.
It's okay.
Okay. The boy who was playing near home was my cousin. Okay, terrific. This is a defining clause, so we don't need any commas. This is perfectly okay the way it is. We don't even have to worry about punctuation. Of course, the dependent clause is what, Santiago?
Dependent class.
What part is the dependent clause?
Was my cousin?
Nope.
I don't.
Okay, the dependent clause is here. This one.
Okay. Okay. Who was playing? Yeah.
The rest, all the rest, it's broken. Well, it's divided, whatever. But this is the independent clause. The boy was my cousin. That's it, right there. Okay. The independent and the dependent clause. Yeah, that's it.
Teacher, a question,
Yeah.
teacher.
Sure.
In this sentence, now it's possible to say the boy who was playing near home is my cousin, because it seems that
Sure.
right now it's not your his cousin. No. Why was my cousin? Yes, I know the tense. The sentence must be put in the same tense, but it's right now it's his cousins, no? His cousin.
What was your example sentence? Can you give it to me again?
No, the boy who was playing near home is my cousin.
What? The
boy who was playing near home is my cousin.
But if the sentence is in past tense,
no.
Yes, I know. I normally use it the same way, but it's still now is your cousin or not?
Well, this sentence just doesn't make sense. I don't know what to do with this.
It seems that right now it's not his cousin.
These are two. There's no subordinator. These are two.
No,
weird.
No.
I don't even understand
my question is about the tense, teacher. That if we can use the present instead of the past. It was my cousin, is my cousin.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Boy, okay, this can't exist. The boy was playing near home. Is my cousin. That.
Why not?
I don't know. Why do armadillos not fly through the air? I don't know. It's just completely impossible. I don't know. Why does this not work? Monkey up or the yellow in. I don't know. Why does this not work? Because it doesn't work. It's not actually a sentence. It's random. I don't know what to tell you. The boy was playing near home. Is my cousin. Is my cousin is a fragment. It's a fragment. That's why. There's no noun which the verb acts on. You want to combine it with this subject. You can say the boy was playing near home. Maybe is my cousin.
Mm-hmm. No, perhaps when you are looking at a photograph, no, you are saying to another people next to you, the boy who was playing near home is my cousin. Can't I say it in this way?
Seems very, very strange. No. I just no.
Right now it's my cousin. No, right now.
Well, he was your cousin too. That doesn't.
It was my cousin, and right now is my cousin.
Yeah, I don't know how to make you happy on this. This is not right, and it would sound very strange.
That doesn't matter, teacher. No, yes, I usually always the past tense as in the example. Yes.
Yeah.
The boy was my cousin, and it's my cousin right now.
Okay, the boy. It's still you need to make this a
yes, and it's still my cousin.
Who is playing near home is now my cousin. Okay, maybe. Okay, something like this is now my brother-in-law, because this is something that can change, right?
Yes, teacher. It seems that now it is not my cousin now in this sentence, not because yes, it was my cousin. Now, I don't know if now is my cousin. Okay, it's very strange, teacher. Let's keep going on, teacher.
It has to be the same thing. So this could, okay, with this additional information of now, you could change the verb. You're still going to need a relative clause here. Otherwise, it just makes no sense.
Okay, no, it doesn't matter, teacher.
Okay, you want to try? Okay, well, that was your try. Zingyo, you want to try this? Trying making a relative.
Can you see my sentence in the Wobbling chat box?
Yes, because teachers on Verbling. Yeah. Okay. What? Was that your sentence? Okay, hang on. Okay, hold. My gosh.
Copy and paste.
I'm trying. I'm just super struggling today. God. Okay. Because teachers on Verbling know that I am from China. Teachers on Verbling. Okay, that's the whole noun. No, that's the verb. Ah. No, that. I am from China. They make allowances for the internet interruption and what I say about the serious censorship. Okay. Woo. All right. Clearly, this has got to be subordinator. Where is the independent clause here? There's so much going on. Okay. Where's your independent clause? Can you tell me, Xingyu? Actually, I can tell you. I figured it out.
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
And they make allowances for the internet interruption, and what I see about the service censorship is the independent clause.
Yes, you're right. Well, that's very good. Okay, but you also have an interrupting what I say. Well, actually, what I say, they make allowances for yeah, okay. What I say about, maybe. Okay. This is also, it's an interrupted. You've got a dependent clause inside of an independent clause. Okay, obviously, because teachers on Verbling. All right, there's another one, and then you got another one. So you got 3 dependent clauses going on with 1 interrupted independent clause. Yes? Is that correct?
We are running out of time.
We are out of time.
Yes, we must continue, teacher, this question.
When you want to continue this.
Very interesting, teacher.
Can't.
Yes.
Got another class. Gotta go.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher. Very interesting.
Okay.
You should
Thank you.
participate in a private lesson.